Welcome back everyone with another Escape from Tarkov video. In this one we're continuing on from my terrible picnic. Instead of following the main quest line and going through some of the basic starter quests like the watering dams and stuff, I decided to do something a little different today. So I quickly did two scav runs back to back just while I was sorting my own life out. From the first one we got a filter, on the second we got on a farmer scope, and then it was just some other goodies to sell. We hung on to the things that I mentioned there, just so that we can sell them off when we get to the flea market. We also found an Iskra lunchbox to hand in to Jaeger for the quest, which got us two other quests. The bunkers, where we need to put water and two more Iskra lunchboxes in each, and then another quest where we had to kill 5 scavs with no body armor. So I decided that we're going to do that. I went in virtually naked, spawned at scav camp, not scav camp, sorry, USEC camp. Yeah, so I spawned at USEC camp. When I spawned, I scoped it out for a while. There were pretty much no one around, so in the end I decided to move. I heard Shturman shooting, that were all I needed to know that I wanted to chase the hell out of it. Went up to my usual spot on top of the mountain, seen these two guys running. I waited long enough just to see this guy get clapped by Shturman right there, so I was just like, oh dang, he's dead. So I pushed down after a while after scoping it out. Couldn't really see or hear anything. I knew Shturman were along this back line of trees. I'd never seen him go up there, so this is one of the new places that Shturman now sits, which you'll see when we get closer in. I heard him shoot again here, and it were a singular shot, so I know that he'd just killed someone. When I looked around far enough, I found him sat against this tree along the back wall over there, near the rocks. I went prone to try and shoot him, and as soon as I proned, he turned around and started shooting at me, so I was like, nope, fuck that, got the hell out of there. Repositioned my angle on him, seeing if I could see him, couldn't see him. When I eventually got my arm stamina back and re-peeked from a different angle, I pushed up towards these little trailers. I peeked out, seen him, I'm like, right, finally know where you are, taking you down. Put to, the first shot wasn't really well placed, but the second was a bit better. But it still wasn't enough. I hit both times in the arms and he disappeared. I thought I'd killed him and he just disappeared, but I couldn't see his body, which made me believe that he was still alive, so I'm like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna move around. When I'd moved, I heard him shoot again by the time I got to the little red warehouse building, the little wood cover, and I pushed up further into the sideline of this trees here. When I got a further side angle on him, I eventually seen his gun poking out from behind one of the trees. Just kept moving around sideways because I didn't want to get direct line, because he would have just tapped me in the face because I was wearing no armour. But eventually, there we go, I just seen him. Headshot. It's a really weird place for him to sit now though. It's just by the small tent next to that big rock at the water's edge. When we looted him, we got the key card, and then the first great find from looting Shturman, the outer door key. I'm not sure how much it is, because obviously I don't have the flea market. I checked online and it said about 400k, which isn't bad, so a decent find there. If I ever wanted to run it, I could run it, but I don't think I probably would, because interchange is rat central at the minute. We went and checked out what were on the PMC that died to him. He had a trooper and some other goodies in his rig and stuff. We swapped all that out. Plenty of ammo, loads of heals. I'm almost certain that they'd killed the guards in this one, because I'd not touched them at all, and I'd only seen and found Shturman. But we basically sifted through the loot. There was so much just on this first guy alone. This wasn't even including the second person that we'd seen drop through the scope when I scoped in at the top of the mountain. So I looted him, and then I looked around and I'm like, from over there where I could see the mountain, the body should have been about here, and then sure enough I found it a couple of seconds later. He'd killed someone else as well. Don't know who he'd killed, but he had the founding red rapper hunter with a PSO, which made me assume that he was the one that killed the guards, like I said. We looted what little he had, which the best thing was this founding red morphine, which would be enough to finish my quest for therapist. So we checked my XP and all that. And then we went to the trading therapist and handed that painkiller quest in. And then we unlocked Pharmacist, which got us the case for the device, which is another customs mission. Now all the customs missions will be after this video. I've already done quite a lot of them for the early quest line. So here we are on another woods run, just trying to get some XP and some PvP. I was quite hyped that I killed Shturman before, so I decided I was going to try and kill him again. When we pushed in after scoping out the mountain for ages, I'd already killed the 2 guards at this point. We got to this rock here and I heard him scream at me when I ran over. So I'm scoping it out, trying to find out where he is. Couldn't see him, and I were a bit concerned that he was just going to ping me through a bush, so I was like, nope. I ran back to where he initially screamed at me, and I just peeked him there when I stepped out. So I waited a couple of seconds after he'd seen me, scoping 6 times, shoot the fucking tree. Best shot EU West, honestly. So I run back to the side of the rock, see if I can see him again. I can see him just swiveling on spot there at the side of his tree, so I'm trying to get a somewhat decent angle on him where he won't just shoot me straight away, but where I can hit him and potentially put him down. And just as I go to shoot him, he moves, and I hit him in the arm. I end up having to reposition because he's moved slightly and I can't see him anymore from where I am. Peek over the top of this rock and he's already looking at me, which is a bit disappointing. He shot me and I shot him. I healed up, repositioned once again just to see where it was. Couldn't see him from down the bottom, so I had to come back up because he'd not moved. So once I'd healed up fully and sorted myself back out, I re-peeked it, give him a quick shot to the face, and he went down. Now, this were back-to-back raids. Just after finishing the first one, this was my immediately second after raid, and to kill him back-to-back, I was just like, awesome, so much easy money. Now, when I found out there were another keycard to examine, I was just like, holy shit, another keycard. Now, this one, it can't just be a normal Labs Access card. Turns out it was the 21 WS, which is the 15 use keycard. I'm not really going to get any use out of that either. I've had both interchange items now from Shturman, so I think I'll sell both of those when I get to the flea, and that's probably a good ₹1,000,000 profit. I decided to loot the rest of the sawmill and the guards. When I'd come into this cabin to search the safe, I got hounded by scavs, and I had to make a quick decision about how I was going to take them out, so I chucked my gun on the floor, swapped to the AK that I'd picked up off Shturman, killed the first guard that were literally just outside the window there, and the other one was creeping around the building. Now, I've got to mention how much better the AI for the scavs is in comparison to a couple of wipes ago, where look how he just creeps past this window, doesn't give me visual at all, and then the moment he walks in I shoot him, he's straight back out of there, he runs back past the window, I follow him out, and look at the leans. The lean peak around that corner there is actually great for an AI scav. Anyway, that concludes the best raid I've done so far. I got both Loser brothers, Shturman, bunch of scavs, couldn't complain at all. With the Key and the 21 WS in my possession, that were the no armoured scavs on woods complete. We accepted everything from Gunsmith now that we hit level 13. A load of quests to get us going, and I decided that I was still just going to come back into woods. I was vibing, I wanted to kill more Shturmans, and he didn't even spawn this time, but we'd seen this guy as I come up to the top of the mountain, he got away from me, and then he decided for some reason he were going to camp up on this little rock here. I don't know what he were doing, but when you see where he was trying to sit, it's so strange. It's just there in this little bush, top of this little rock, and he's just waiting for people to come up. There's not even anyone there. There probably would not have been anyone there for a good amount of time. But anyway, I killed him. We took his stuff. Not exciting, just an OPSKS and a nice armor. We got the car battery, which really useful. And from this point, I literally went around the entire map. There was absolutely no one, and we came out pretty thick. So a good money run, nothing exciting, no Shturman this time. And then we went on into another one where we'd seen this guy roll up into the middle of the sawmill and instantly drop on this scav. And I got my arm stabbing back for a brief second and then just popped him in the head. Unlucky to you, guy, and I'm sorry. But I did the stupid thing of coming straight to you, and as the moment I laid on your fucking body, I got shot at as well. And greed fully took over. I wanted the loot, because I'd basically gotten out anyway. I'd only picked up this 5.7 from some random at top of the hill that wasn't even hard to kill. It was just a clean shot when I got up there. And Yeah, I was scoping it out. I moved back forward, and the moment I come around this pallet and bush, he just appears at the side of the truck, and I do some of the most fucking terrible aim in the world. I think I hit him once in the chest or arm, and then he just pops me in the face with his buckshot. Always wear a visor, kids. Coming on to another raid, still back to back. This time I took the Mosin in after losing the SP98. We placed one of the waters at the first bunker on woods, and that were basically all we did on this. I just looted up pretty much most of the map. I left this little bit of footage of me wandering around opening stuff just so you could see what I'd actually got on this run. It was no mental. We went to Jaeger's, not the Jaeger, sorry, the USEC convoy, and then when we'd been to the USEC convoy, back to USEC camp and across the map. Now coming up to the last clip of this video, I'd seen this purple backpack man running across here. I'm just like, alright, nice, you go loot the box. When he sat on the box, he actually looted it pretty fast. I was trying not to be noisy because it looked pretty juicy with the bag. Spam 3 shots at him. I think I only hit 1, and there's no way now that I can actually push this guy at all. So I checked that the sniper was not going to shoot me, and I decided to absolutely full send it down this cliff, because otherwise he's just going to shoot me before I even get to him. See, he's already looking the wrong way and he can't turn around fast enough to actually shoot back at me. Shoots me in the legs, I shoot him in the head. That would have been a total 50-50 play. I don't even know if I would have survived that if he'd have shot me in like the chest once or anything, but we did, and we got out. And that basically ends it for this video. I just wanted to show off how good my luck went, considering how bad Shootout Picnic went. We completed quite a few quests in this, and yeah, until the next one, I'll see you next time where we're back on customs for a bunch of quests.